I'm Glenn Ruse. I'm 35 years old, and bariatric surgery changed my life.
The thing that really caught my eye with the Bayhealth Bariatric program was just the sort of linear quality to it. Whenever I looked online, it was very clear what the steps were. I think I was pleasantly surprised at just how accessible the hospital was. Bayhealth really felt sort of like a hometown hospital, but with sort of a larger structure to it. I got serious about weight loss in quarantine. Before the bariatric program, my goal was just, I want to be able to walk around the block without sort of running out of breath, right? And what I found was after 6 months of doing that, I knew that I could, but I knew it could be easier with more support, with better guidance, and especially bringing in sort of the nutritional aspect. And that the following January 2021, that's whenever I scheduled my first meeting with Patty and with Dr. Theo, and it's been sort of taken off from there. The biggest fear I had was that I was going to walk in and there was just going to be a general sense of, not so much, I guess judgment would be the word that I would use. From the very beginning, it was very open, very welcoming.
I met Glenn initially in our initial visit in the office, and I could immediately see that he was a young, very motivated patient that has been struggling with extra weight for most of his life, actually. From the first moment I met him, I could see how really determined he was to get the best out of this experience, how focused he was in being successful in the bariatric surgery journey.
I think one of the things that really made me feel comfortable was that my goals were not specific to weight. It wasn't like you have to lose X number of pounds by this set date. Taking that sort of pressure off and making it where I could focus on goals that were not weight-based, that really helped. I think defining things off of the scale and defining success that way has really been key to the success of my overall work in the program. So like my goal coming in was I was engaged to my now wife. I want to be happy with her. I want to have a future. I want my quality of life to be better. That left it a little bit more open-ended. I was able to have conversations with Dr. Theo, conversations with Patty around, what does it mean to have a better quality of life? And they were very supportive of that. The program is also very available, very reachable. It never sort of felt like I was almost a bother. It was something that it was very much an ongoing conversation.
I see patients many times during the preoperative workup. Our nutritionist and our nurse coordinator, our nurse navigator also sees them and provides answers to any questions or any issues during the clinical pathway for bariatric surgery. So there's always an open line of communication between us and the patient.
The surgery itself was very quick, very straightforward. I tend to get nervous in situations like that, but the recovery time was very quick. Within a few months, I was living a really normal life and losing a lot of weight.
For Glenn, because he was very young, he was very energetic, and I could see that he was very determined, I offered him the sleeve gastrectomy. Compared to other procedures, young patients, my experience with young patients, that they do very well with the sleeve gastrectomy. As when they shed off the first few pounds, they have a burst of energy and they go to the gym, they exercise, so they do very well. They get this additional boost that they need in their lives to lose the weight and maintain the weight loss.
Overall, I've lost over 200 pounds. I can walk around a grocery store without my back getting tired. I have young nieces and nephews. We just came home from the holidays and I was running around chasing them. I could have never done that 3 years ago. I don't get winded anymore. My wife and I were talking about starting a family of our own, and I don't have hesitations about, what's the quality of my life going to be in the future. And that was my goal coming out of it. We just got married in November, and before the surgery, I couldn't have walked down the aisle. I would not have been able to stand through a 30-minute ceremony. The thing that really impresses me in those photos is just how happy I was and the smile on my face, and the fact that I wasn't self-conscious about, what I looked like, or I wasn't nervous about dancing. We danced for like 4 hours at the wedding. I could have never done that before. And that's all thanks to, the support and the work that I put in, but also what the program did to help me build those lifestyle changes.